Are you looking for standard-bred, thoroughbred, stable supplies, or nutritional products? The Harness Shop Online specializes in bringing only the highest quality horse and equine equipment and products like harnesses, bridles, and other racing and training equipment direct to you, our valued customers. Many great promotional offers and discount coupons are available online at theharnessshoponline.com or call us at 1-866-469-8181. The Harness Shop Online, your one-stop shop for horse and equine products, equipment, and supplies.
Good morning, thanks for coming in. We were talking about one more lap. What do you plan on doing with them to win that race?
I can't tell you guys that. I don't really even know yet. You know, it's one of those deals you just sit up and look at the races, and, you know, when the gate folds, you make up your mind. You know, I got plans, but you got to have audibles going into it, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Yannick might be listening in here somewhere.
Any questions? Anybody?
Well, how much pressure do you feel driving a horse like one more lap?
I mean, I'm glad to have that pressure because it's a good horse, and it's when you get good horses, it makes it easier for you. You know, so just hopefully we have luck and nothing stupid happens. You know, there's not. I don't think there's any pressure.
You've yet to win a jug. You were close last year with If I Can Dream. What would it mean to you to win this race?
I would be, you know, it's a dream come true. You know, I got close last year, got beat by the better horse, and you know, hopefully I'm right back this year with a good shot, and hopefully I can, you know, do well in it.
When you move to a half-mile track with this horse, how does your driving change, especially when you're leaving the gate?
Mainly just you know, being a little more aggressive on the smaller track because it's harder to make up ground, and you know, you got to be in the right place at the right time, and you know, on the halves you can be more aggressive and you know, put him closer towards the front, everything. You know, you got to be more aggressive.
Yes, sir.
How's your surgery going? Any plans on the other one?
The hip I did has been great. You know, I still walk a little sore and everything, but it's just, I guess it's mental. I don't know. Because I don't hurt. You know, that's the main thing. You know, the other one, I'll do it someday. You know, I don't know when, but.
How do you get a horse to relax so you can get them on the gate immediately and stay there and not make breaks?
I think you're better off if you just don't fight them. Just put them on there and just let them go. And, you know, 9 out of 10 are fine with that, especially, you know, you kind of catch them off guard. Don't even let them think about it. You know, I just kind of throw them up there and hope, just hope, I guess. You got to hold your mouth right.
Tim, when you're named on multiple horses to drive, how do you pick which one? I mean, that might be an obvious question, but how do you do it without maybe taking off another trainer?
Well, the bottom line is you try to take the best horse. You know, if they're equal, you give some leeway to guys that give you 30 horses a week to drive. You know, if Ray gives me a lot of horses all week and, you know, he's got a 2-year-old in with another 2-year-old that I've never drove, and they're equal, I'll give Ray the, you know, benefit of the doubt. You know, but if that other horse is 8 seconds better than Ray's, sorry, Ray, I'm taking the other. You got to take the best one. You know, and the bottom line, you got to take the best horse.
Yeah, same question for you, Ray. How do you handle that if a trainer or a driver chooses off for your horse? Do you remember that? How long do you hold on to that?
No, not really. Basically, if Tim took another horse, a lot of times I always tell the guys, take the best horse, because I just know horses. Take the best horse, and most of the time, I just put them back up. There's nothing. It's about making money for them. That's how they make their living. You know, I make my living training and, you know, basically driving and owning. But the driver's got to take the best horse, and I don't hold that. You know, and the type of drivers these guys are, they're all high quality drivers. So you know, you usually don't go 2 rounds staying with them. You know.
Right. Tim, you've reached the point where you can drive any horse you want for anybody. Do you still have certain accounts that you still choose, even if it might not be the best horse in the race?
Well, I give some leeway, you know. I shouldn't say leeway, but people that are fun to drive for that put no pressure on you. And if you go out there and screw up 4 times, they're still listening the 5th time because they still, you know, they want you to drive, and it's, you know, it's no pressure, so that's great. And there's definitely people that I still like and do drive for that like that.
How much can you tell about what maybe something on the horse? Can you pinpoint it by sitting behind it and sulky?
You can't pinpoint it. I mean, you can maybe give advice and give help because most trainers don't train in 50. You know, like when you're racing horse in, week out, they go in 210 when they're training. We're going out there mile 50, so it's different speed at 50 and 210. You know, and we can give some advice. A lot of the drivers do. You know, they'll ask our feedback because they don't go in 50 with them. You know, they watch them, but they don't sit behind them and actually get the feel. So I think the drivers can help a lot on that way.
So would you say you come off the track and say, well, his left cock is bothering him or something?
I have. Me and Ray's talked about it before. When we get done, like I'll say, he's hanging on the left line a little bit, Ray. And then he'll go to work on that or whatever.
Yeah,
Ray, how much stock are you taking when drivers tell you when they get off the cell?
Well, some guys don't have a clue. And, I mean, but like Hervé, he used to be comical. He used to always tell the guys come off the track. He'd say, take their howls in a hole, or head check up a hole, whatever the hell. He just gave him something to just tell them anything, Mm-hmm. But it's like you get back to driving horses with like one more lap, he always tends to run out when he's going slower. And like Tim driving him a bunch of times, it really don't get as concerned because when he's really got to work, then he straightens right up kind of. But I think if you just got the horse to train for the first time, you're probably saying, like, we got to put something on the outside to make him go straight. But, he kind of likes going a little bit sideways for some reason or another.
Give you a chance to think about that. The question is, what can fans see from the grandstand that might help them in picking a winner?
You want to look for horses that look good out there. That so you can see them when they're if they're out there just dragging. Usually they're not going to be very good. But a lot of times you'll see them, or somebody will score one down a little hard, and they just look good. You almost got to see them every start. Because a lot of them things look really good out there, and they go backwards. When the money's down. But you can see some. But mainly you got to watch them every week. You'll see one that might be a little sore first week, and they come back the next week. And they did their work, and he's sounder in the post parade. That's the main key by watching, I guess.